Welcome to Taekookforever, our dating. Hope you're all doing well, Taekookforever fans. Today, I'm bringing you a video filled with happiness, tenderness, and surprises because, well, our beloved Taekookforever are back. And when I say back, I don't mean they're causing drama. They're back to share the Taekookforever interactions we've been missing. And here, as I always say, it's all about patience. Waiting quietly, because sooner or later, they always return to give us the moments we love. Jungkook, who had been watching intently, finally looked away for a moment. Not because he didn't care, but because he knew that giving Taehyung space was the best way to let him breathe. But even so, small gestures like standing closer and leaning slightly toward Taehyung showed that Jungkook was there whenever his best friend needed support. They may not have touched or spoken in front of the camera, but the connection was palpable, even from a distance through the screen. The ARMY present at the scene also felt the shift in energy. Their cheers became softer, more loving, as if they were saying, "We're here." It's okay. We understand. And that's the unique relationship between BTS and ARMY. Their cheers aren't just loud for encouragement, but can also be warm and quiet when a member needs some respite. It's as if they don't need to speak. They already understand each other. Behind the scenes, many fans speculated about why Taehyung was so emotional. Some believed he missed the days when he could see ARMY every day without limits. Others argued that since each member has become so busy with their own lives, moments like this together feel even more precious and touching. Others felt that Taehyung had been showing his sensitive side more often lately, perhaps because he was starting to give himself space to feel, rather than just acting like a perfect idol. Taehyung has always been known for his deep emotions. He's not the type to explode easily, but when his heart is touched, he feels it deeply. When ARMY mentions his name, perhaps Taehyung remembers the long struggle he's been through. From the uncertain trainee days, to the challenging debut, to the extensive journey that led to him becoming one of the world's most beloved icons. All of this happened because of the support from millions of hearts calling out to him with love. And Jungkook, who has been by his side since the beginning of his career, knows exactly what Taehyung is carrying. They've grown together, faced hardships together, cried and laughed together. Therefore, when Taehyung becomes emotional, Jungkook sees not just a touched member, but a brother struggling with his own feelings. No words needed, no hugs for the camera, just an understanding look, just a non-judgmental presence. Moments like these always remind the world that BTS aren't robots on stage. They're human beings who feel everything with intensity. They work hard, they get tired, they miss, and they're sometimes afraid. When ARMY cheers, it's not just support, but a reminder that no matter what they go through, they never walk alone. And perhaps that's what makes Taehyung so touched. A love that never fades, even when distance, time, and circumstances change. After the emotional moment, many ARMYs took to social media to discuss it. They posted short clips, close-up photos of Taehyung's expression, and analysis of Jungkook's reaction. Hashtags related to the moment trended in several countries, demonstrating the immense love shown for both Taehyung and Jungkook. Many said they cried at Taehyung's expression, while others appreciated Jungkook's gentle response. It started simply, a cheer filled with love from ARMYs repeatedly calling his name. But behind the cheers, Taehyung seemed to grasp a much deeper message. It wasn't just a call, but also a sense of longing, gratitude, and perhaps a hint of hurt he'd harbored for a long time, but rarely showed. There was a glint in his eyes that couldn't be missed. It was as if he'd heard something others hadn't, an invitation to relive the love of his fans, a love that hadn't faded even after he'd been away from the stage. Jungkook, who was standing nearby, immediately fell silent. Usually, Jungkook would have reacted quickly, whether it was a smile, a chuckle, or just an off-the-cuff comment. But this time was different. He looked at Taehyung in a way that only someone who has seen their best friend grow and fall countless times could understand. Jungkook's expression changed slowly, as if he knew how heavy Taehyung was feeling. They rarely expressed their feelings verbally, but silently, they understood each other. The ARMY's cheers that night were no ordinary cheers. They were cheers that carried countless memories, burdens, struggles, and love. Cheers that perhaps reminded Taehyung of how much support was always waiting for him. Even when the world seemed so noisy and oppressive, Taehyung, usually strong, calm, and adept at hiding his feelings, suddenly couldn't contain the wave of emotion. The cheers shook something deeply personal within him. Many armies found that moment to be one of the most touching in recent memory. Taehyung's expression wasn't just one of emotion, but also one of rare vulnerability. He seemed to be saying that all the love he received meant so much to him, more than he ever showed. Taehyung had always been known for giving so much love to his fans, through his messages, songs, smiles, and interactions. But when ARMY showered him with such love, he felt touched to the core. At the same time, Jungkook felt the same way. His silence wasn't just one of surprise, but also a profound empathy. He knew that beneath the cheers, there was an unbreakable connection between Taehyung and ARMY. He knew his best friend wasn't the type to easily show pain or longing, but when he did, it meant the feelings were truly strong. Jungkook simply stared at him, offering silent, yet meaningful, support. That moment reminded many that the BTS members are ordinary people who have also experienced the hardships of their long journey. They have endured difficult times, industry pressures, loneliness, and temporary separations that are not easy to overcome. Now, as they reunite with ARMY, those emotions resurface, sometimes as joy, sometimes as a deep emotion that makes it hard not to shed tears. Taehyung may not have directly expressed why he was emotional that night, but from his demeanor, from the look in his eyes, we could sense that he was processing many things. Perhaps it was longing, perhaps relief, perhaps gratitude. Or perhaps a fatigue he had been keeping under wraps. ARMY's cheers were a reminder that he was never alone, that love is real, and that he is loved not just as an idol, but as a human being named Kim Taehyung. But there was one thing that touched many even more. Despite his emotions, Taehyung still chose to continue his performance with complete professionalism. He didn't create drama. He didn't try to attract more attention. He simply showed himself as he is, vulnerable, honest, and genuine. And that's what made ARMY fall in love with him over and over again. And Jungkook, who always cares for those he cares about with tenderness, chose to remain silent and stay by his side. Sometimes, silence is the most sincere form of caring. Silence that says, "I am here. You are not alone." This simple moment served as a reminder that the relationship between BTS and ARMY is more than just artist and fan. It's a relationship built on mutual trust, mutual support, and a shared sense of companionship through difficult times. When Taehyung was emotional, ARMY felt it. When Jungkook was silent, ARMY understood. That's why the videos and photos of that moment went viral, because this kind of honesty of emotion is rare, and when it is, it touches the hearts of anyone who sees it. Taehyung didn't try to hide it. He allowed himself to be vulnerable, and that only made him all the more lovable. Ultimately, Taehyung probably just wanted to express how grateful he was. He might not have been able to express it in words at the time, but through his teary eyes, we all knew. He felt every bit of love ARMY was shouting. And Jungkook, who was also silent, was witness to a moment that will never be forgotten.